Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Famous ASMR. Today it's me, David Attenborough, here to talk to you about my efforts in conserving nature and my long, illustrious career that has taken me all across the world. From the Rocky Mountains of North America to the Andes, from salt pools and lakes in southern Africa to the Himalayas, the forests of New Zealand and the Maoris, to the cold Siberian plains in winter. I've worked all across the world in many different places, but my favourite of all places is my home here in London, Richmond, where I've set up a neat little recording studio to talk over and produce some of my famous commentaries. If you're listening to this, you are listening to the Famous ASMR channel on YouTube. So hello to anyone who's never heard of me before, and I hope my small introduction serves as a small taste of the work that I have fulfilled during my long career. Of course, now I am in my 90s. I am 93 years old, and I'm still working on documentaries, one which just came out recently. I will try to avoid talking about it too much, as the contents are perhaps alarming to many viewers, but it's an important subject that I've dedicated much of my life towards. The climate is changing, and this change is made more rapid by humanity. The use of fossil fuels and destroying the forests has led to an extreme change in our climate, and it does me no pleasure in saying that this is dangerous to the natural world. In all my years working, I have never quite seen nature like this. It's a big regret of mine that it's gotten this far, but I hope that through letting the world know that we can all come together and work on a solution. And now I'll try to avoid talking about such alarming, panicking things, as of course this is meant to relax your mind and take you away from the daily matters that can so frighten us. So please allow me to divulge a little more about my career and the things that I've done. So one thing that has come up again and again is that I watch a lot of animals when they do their business. And by business I don't mean number two. By business I mean mating. And I've watched all kinds of animals getting together. Perhaps the funniest I can think of is the turtle. The Galapagos turtle, to be precise. With its large and unsightly appearance, it can be somewhat amusing to watch. But, as all things in nature, it is natural. Even when it happens with humans, which I won't talk about today. Some of my sweetest memories of recording were actually in the series Planet Earth, where I was having the pleasure of being in the rainforests to observe the birds of paradise as they go about their mating dances and rituals and those sorts of things. Again, I'll try to avoid going into the down and the dirty that comes with these topics, but I know that everyone is aware that it happens, so I'll acknowledge that it does. Now, some of the displays that the birds of paradise would put on for me were actually for the female of the species. The male would put on a show, displaying colours, brightest you'll ever see, dances, making loud sounds and posturing to the female, and often the female is not much of a looker, and the male has all the extravagant appearance. Now, I often found this amusing, as we humans tend to think that the female of the human species is perhaps the more delicate and flamboyant in appearance. But I've always thought that it's merely a game of whoever the woman is going to choose. The man has very little say in the matter. Whoever she chooses is a viable mate, and provided he feels the same way, then we're going to see a beautiful relationship. I myself was so lucky to have one of these, and my wife is the most wonderful woman on the planet, and I've seen a lot of the planet, and I've also seen a lot of my wife, but that's perhaps a little too raunchy for today. So this is a ASMR video, and should be relaxing to a degree, so I put it upon myself to merely whisper the names of some of the most memorable animal species that I've encountered. If I can whisper these to you, and you can relax, then that's perfectly fine with me. So, without further ado, here comes my little list of animals that I enjoy speaking. Kangaroo, panda, Komodo dragon, lizard, tiger shark, the basking shark, rooster, axolotl, emperor penguin, elephant, the Russian hamster, salamander, pigeon, the bison, last but not least, my favourite of all, the Homo sapien. Please think of nature when you exit this video. Think of the future that we are to have for our children and our children's children. Thank you, and please have a wonderful life.